All right. I'm sitting here with my friend Ryan. Ryan goes by the name of Socks.
Socks it is.
Socks. Why do they call you Socks?
Socks?
I've never heard that story, actually.
So they called me Socks. So back in the day, I used to work for the University of South Florida football program as an equipment manager, and one of our original quarterbacks, his name is Marquel Blackwell, currently with the Florida Gators in their coaching staff, was one of our assistants, and he actually they made me wear high socks the whole first spring I was there, make me wear goofy tan lines on my legs. So he goes, "I'm going to call you Socks," and for some reason everybody thought it was funny, so that's kind of how that nickname all came about.
How long ago was that?
It was probably 7 years ago now, 8 years ago now.
So that name Socks is now like matriculated into your social life and like the people that you meet and things. Because how many years has it been since you worked at USF?
It's been probably 3 or 4 years.
And people still call you Socks to this day?
Yeah, so Socks is here to stay. Socks will always be part of my, I guess you can say, personality.
So it'll be like on your gravestone.
It may be. It's like when you see people like, you see people get buried, or you see tributes to people, obituaries where they
like bumper stickers like R.I.P. Socks,
the names
like stuff
in parentheses,
like that.
and it'll be Ryan Socks. And then Woodard is how it'll list.
It could have been a lot worse than Socks, probably. Like
it could have been. There's a lot of
situations like that.
A buddy of mine, Andrew, his name was Dopey, and things just it could have been a lot worse. So
do they still call him Dopey at least?
The people that do know him by Dopey do call him Dopey. Yes.
Oh man,
it's a bad name.
All right. Now Socks, big Bucks fan, right?
Huge Bucks fan.
You got your hat. You got your shirts
Huge
on.
Huge Bucks fan.
It's Sunday NFL football.
Big game. Huge game coming up this next week.
Bucks are 2-0 already on this early season.
2-0. Quick start.
Okay.
I think it's too quick.
How could you say it's too quick? The NFL season is so short. If you get 2 wins, you got to take the wins when you can get them, right?
It is a typical Buccaneers. This is a typical Buccaneers start. The Buccaneers get out to a hot start. The town gets behind them. They go on to Monday Night Football next week against the Steelers. Ryan Fitzpatrick comes out with this absurd outfit in the post-game press conference tonight. So it's going to be all over ESPN all week. ESPN is going to completely blow the Bucs up as to this newcomer NFC South. Get the Steelers. Steelers are kind of treading downward without Le'Veon Bell. Bucks come in. They may beat the Steelers at home. I think they beat the Steelers, but then they go on the road week 4 on a 1:00 start against the Bears with that Bears defense, and I think that is when this all comes down in a fiery hot air balloon.
So you think that all the optimism that you're building up right now,
yes,
that it's just, I love that reference, the hot air balloon. So you think that there's like the proverbial needle to this balloon that's just going to blow this whole thing out of proportion to the point where it's just going to head completely downward after all this?
Yeah, I think the bubble bursts at some point. I think that at this point it's just going to give it a couple of weeks, and then now we got a quarterback controversy. We don't know.
When you talk about optimism like that, just removing itself in the way that you're predicting it to be, is that based off, how you genuinely feel just based off this season, or how based off, past seasons and how things have gone? What frames your mind when you're creating that type of assumption like that?
I think it's the past season. I think when you have a team in the last 4 years that's drafted in the top 5 to 8 picks, I think when you just have a historical track record of being just a losing franchise.
So you've already just got that pessimistic mindset in your brain already, that no matter what, even they come out and win 2 games early, that it's just going to go downhill no matter what. It's just a matter of time when it happens.
And I think a lot of fans may shade that optimistic and kind of hide it, but I think a lot of fans have that in the back of their mind. But if you look at the last 2 games, Saints week 1, Bucks got up to an early lead. Late in the game, it was close. Like, the Saints had a chance to probably come back and win that game. Bucks fortunately shut it down. Week 2, Bucks get out to an early start, score in the first play, 75 yards, almost give up the game. I mean, it was a 6-point game in the fourth quarter. I mean,
so it just makes sense.
It's there that other teams could take it from the Bucks.
So it just makes sense to fill in the blanks that the Bucks are either going to get off to a hot start and blow the lead, or they're going to. Let me ask you this. I'll reframe that question. Would you rather see them get off to that hot start, blow the lead, and still hold on for the win, or fall behind early and then have to play catch up afterwards?
I'd rather them get to the hot start and then
sweat it out?
Yeah, just completely blow the lead late and then keep it close, but then still win.
Have you been a Bucks fan since like the day you were born?
Yes. So
you're born and raised in Tampa, right?
Born and raised here. My grandfather's an original season ticket holder of the Bucks. My grandfather was originally arrested in the old Buck Stadium.
For what?
So he decided one time things got a little rowdy at the old Buck Stadium, and decided, here nor there, getting a little tussle with some people, and got put in the old slammer. And
have you ever heard more details about this story? Who were they playing that day where he got arrested?
I don't remember. I don't know who exactly they were playing. I know my mother was there. She was in high school. My cousin is my mom's cousin. It's my second cousin. He was a sheriff's deputy, and told my mother to go wait out by the car, and that he had to go down to the bowels of the bottom of the Buccaneers' old stadium, the old Sombrero, and kind of basically bail my grandfather out. When my grandfather arrived back at the car, he told my mother that this may never be spoken to my grandmother. I think to this
so
day,
it's a family secret.
I think to this day, I don't think my grandmother still knows
really
about it. Yes.
And she's still alive? They're both alive at this point still?
They're both still alive.
Wow.
Yes.
All right. Dang. So you think you think it was words, or do you think he threw fists or something? What? I
don't know.
Knowing your grandfather, granted, he's probably obviously older in age than he was back then. But project him back, 20, 30 years ago when this incident happened. Was it physical or was it verbal? Could you imagine?
I think back in the day he does have a little bit of I think to this day still he's got a little bit of a switch to him. So I think it probably did get physical. I personally have gone to a Lightning game with him where we pretty much had to escort my grandfather out of the game to avoid getting in a tussle with some opposing team fans. So he's a bit of a scrapper. I think I probably get a little bit of that too sometimes. I'm a little passionate about my sports teams, but
it's just we call it dedication.
It is dedication. It is dedication. I will say that.
All right. So, what do you think that your grandpa's thinking about the start to this Buck season? Does he still follow the team closely?
Yeah. So he follows the team really close, just like any of the Tampa sports teams. I think that they are. I think that he's probably got a little. He actually, with how kind of, I guess you could say, edgy he is, he actually probably has a little bit more of an optimistic perspective to it than I do. I think he probably thinks that this is, they're going to have a winning record at least this year, and whereas I still think that there's still more that I need to be proved on.
Really? So there's still room to grow then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Ryan, man, thanks for chatting with me, brother.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right. Thank you, man.